Today on Rappler. Rodrigo Duterte's defense counsel wants Prosecutor Khan disqualified from the ICC case. Vice President Sara Duterte says the bloodbath she expected in the impeachment trial won't happen, at least for now. The SM Group's Sy-blings retain their top spot on Forbes' list of the 50 richest Filipinos. Israel's security cabinet approves a plan to occupy Gaza City. And P-pop girl group BINI comes out with a music video for its new single, Shagidi. Rodrigo Duterte's defense counsel wants ICC Prosecutor Khan disqualified from the Crimes Against Humanity case against the former Philippine president for conflict of interest, since Khan supposedly once represented victims of the war on drugs as a private lawyer. Duterte's defense counsel Nicholas Kaufman says in a request, quote, "This request to disqualify Mr. Khan is grounded in an irreconcilable conflict of interest arising out of his former representation of victims of an alleged policy of extrajudicial drug-related killings in the Philippines and his subsequent role as chief ICC prosecutor." One of the unique features of the ICC is that the prosecutor is tasked to find both incriminating and exonerating evidence against the suspect. Kaufman adds that exculpatory evidence, which would favor Duterte, would go against the interests of the victims of the war on drugs, some of whom he had represented before. He also cites the ICC's Rules of Procedure and Evidence, under which grounds to disqualify a prosecutor include involvement in his or her private capacity in any legal proceedings initiated prior to his or her involvement in the case. As declared in his CV, Khan worked as a human rights course trainer for the Commission on Human Rights in February 2018. By then, his predecessor, Fatou Bensouda, had already begun a preliminary examination into the war on drugs. Khan supposedly first disclosed his past involvement with the victims on March 6, 2025, 1 month after he requested an arrest warrant for Duterte. Vice President Sara Duterte says the bloodbath she had expected, referring to the trial where she would have defended herself, won't happen, at least for now. This as she reacts to the Senate's decision to archive the articles of impeachment against her.
As I said, diba, I wanted a bloodbath, meaning I wanted all the pieces of evidence from the prosecution and all the pieces of evidence from the defense presented for everyone. But unfortunately, wala na siya sa pagkakaroon. And of course, as I said, kinahanglan pangandaman ang tanan nga posibleng mahitabo. So possibly, wala ta kibalo, 2026, 2027, 2028, na ay mga mag-file na pod og impeachment. That will be another opportunity to answer.
Duterte also says had the trial proceeded, she and her legal team were ready. In a Rappler Talk episode, Duterte's defense team spokesperson Michael Poa said the alleged misuse of confidential funds is being handled by the Commission on Audit, which he said is the right place to address the issue. The Sy-blings, heirs to the late tycoon Henry C. Sr.'s SM Group, retained their top spot on Forbes' list of the 50 richest Filipinos. Forbes Asia says the combined wealth of the Philippines' 50 richest grew 6% to $86 billion. The Sy-blings are worth around $11.8 billion. While their fortune fell by $1.2 billion last year, Forbes notes SM Prime Holdings is investing $9 billion over the next 5 years to grow its footprint. Trailing the Sy-blings is sports tycoon Enrique Razon, whose net growth grew to $11.5 billion. Real estate magnate Manny Villar places third with a net worth of $11 billion. In April 2025, Villar topped Forbes' 2025 list of Filipino billionaires. The list includes San Miguel's Ramon Ang at number 4 and DMCI Holdings' Isidro Consunji and siblings at number 5. Ayala Corporation's Jaime Zobel de Ayala, Fortune Tobacco's Lucio Tan, Pure Gold's Lucio and Susan Co, and Jollibee's Tony Tan Cactiong make up the rest of the list. Unlike the Forbes World's Billionaires rankings, this list includes family fortunes, including those shared among extended families. Forbes Asia says despite the uncertainty brought about by the United States' tariffs and a dipping stock market index, nearly half of the tycoons on the list were wealthier than they were a year ago. Israel's political security cabinet has approved the plan of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to occupy Gaza City. This despite intensifying criticism at home and abroad over the almost 2-year-old war in the Palestinian enclave. The Prime Minister's office says in a post, quote, "The IDF will prepare for taking control of Gaza City while distributing humanitarian assistance to the civilian population outside the combat zones." Meantime, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. criticizes Israel's continued attacks on Gaza. Despite its defense ties with Israel, the Philippines voted in favor of a ceasefire in Gaza at the United Nations. During his state visit to India, Marcos says in an interview with local media,
I don't know what they say in Israel, but everywhere else, I think it is unanimous that the humanitarian cost of the continued attacks on Gaza is unacceptable. The death, the destruction, and now the starvation that is occurring there should not be happening in this day and age.
Fresh from its highly successful BINI-verse World Tour 2025, P-pop girl group BINI comes out with its new single, Shagidi. BINI members Mika, Sheena, Aya, Maloy, Gwen, Stacy, Colette, and Joanna say they are proud of their latest song. They hope it will draw people, especially the international community, to learn more about Filipino culture.
Gusto ko pag narinig nila yung song and of course, pag napanood na nila yung music video, gusto ko ma-feel nila yung childhood ba, parang pagkabata nila na parang ma-feel nila yung very nostalgic na naalala ko nito ng mga kabataan ko, nung bata ko, and lalo na sa mga foreign, mga supporters namin outside the Philippines. Gusto ko sana parang mag-research pa sila more sa kung ano yung culture ng nating mga Pinoy and yung games na Shagidi. And gusto ko makita rin nila yung beauty ng Shagidi na hindi lang siya basta laro.
A lyric video for the single was released in June, but the music video drops Friday, August 8.
Watch me.
The peppy, vibrant song is a result of a collaboration between Filipina singer Angela Ken and composers Marquise Parker, Tommy Brown, Courtland Jabray, and Jay Back during a music camp in Davao City. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.